welcome back to my channel. I'm Nay from Nay's Crafty World, and in today's video we are setting up the final insert for this travel journal. It's been a little bit of a series that I started this month, and I've really been enjoying setting up this journal. The final insert for this travel size journal is going to be kind of unique. Honestly, I don't think I have seen a journal like this. So this is a creative writing journal. If you've ever had a story stuck in your head, something that you constantly think about, a world that you build in your mind, or even just short little dreams that you have, this is the journal for that. You basically just sit down, you can pick a prompt. I'm gonna have a few prompt lists in this setup, or just write what stories in your heart. I heard someone say that everyone is a writer. You're not born a writer, you become a writer. So in this case, the person that has this journal, she loves writing stories. We share a podcast together where we tell scary stories, and we kind of have intertwined storytelling and the history of those stories. If you're interested in spooky stories and folklore and the history behind them, I will link our podcast in the description down below. It's on YouTube. Creative writing isn't just for children. We can all be creative and we can all be writers. We all hold stories in our heart. Now let's jump into the cover page. All of the inserts in this travel journal are incredibly simple and beginner friendly to set up. So for the cover page, I'm going to use some ephemera. I'm going to be using washi tape, some ephemera paper, stamps, but this is really the only page that is going to have a lot of decorations. The rest of the pages are mostly prompt lists and trackers. Starting off with the cover page, I am using this washi tape from the washi tape shop. This is a washi tape that looks like a vintage book. It has a bunch of flowers on it and then the description, the scientific description of that flower. Next up, I have some ephemera that I'm going to be including. Now, this paper in particular is really useful to use if you are looking at trying out layering and a bit of a collaging. Finding paper that has a lot of elements to it already is very beneficial because it creates that layered look without you having to actually be doing the layers, of course. So if you can find ephemera that is mixed like this one, it basically does most of the work for you. Now that the background is set, I'm going in with some stickers. So these stickers are again from the washi tape shop, Everything that I use in this video, I will be including in the description down below. I also have an affiliate link and a discount code for the washi tape shop if you're interested in any of these. What I really enjoy about a lot of the washi tape shop's tapes are some of them are sticker tapes. So for example, this table and clock and typewriter all come from one washi tape called Cats and Books, which is, if you've seen any one of my previous setups, you'll know that I'm absolutely obsessed with this roll and I like to use it every chance I get. The nice thing about washi tape stickers is if you're not happy with the placement, they are really easy to lift. So the sticky back is not so sticky that you're going to be ripping paper, but also in the same breath, it doesn't fall off by itself. So it's really sticky enough to stay on the paper, but not so sticky that you can't move it within the first few minutes of placing it. Next, I'm going to be using my alphabet stamps to stamp out the heading for this page, finishing this page off. I'm curious to see how many of you use creative journals or creative writing journals. It's not really something that I've seen before. So if you do use one, please let me know in the comments down below. Now that the cover page is finished, we're going to be jumping in to the first spread of this journal, and this is going to be a writing tracker. I did call it a writing tracker, but you could definitely also say that this is the index. It's very much where you will be writing down what number the story is, the date that you wrote it or finished it, and the story's name. I didn't include page numbers because I didn't really want to number all of these pages, but if you maybe have a journal that is numbered, you can always include the number of the page to make it an actual index. Next up is the first challenge of this journal. This is a genre challenge. So I've included a bunch of genres in this: fantasy, science fiction, dystopian, mystery, crime, romance, and even comedy, and a few others. I think it's a nice challenge, especially if you are someone that always writes fantasy, or you're really into true crime. Maybe you write your own short stories. It's challenging but can be very fun to try and tap into another genre. The next spread is a writing bingo. This is basically a bingo where you have very short prompts, and the idea is that you can technically set a little reward for yourself, whether it's buy a new book or go out for some ice cream to reward yourself whenever you finish a row. I'm not going to be going through each one of these, so feel free to pause the video and read all of the prompt. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching so far. Please leave me a pen emoji or a pencil emoji in the comments down below so that I know you're still here and still watching. And if you're interested in more of these kinds of videos, hit that subscribe button and be sure to save this video for future reference.
Different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage.
Next up is writing prompts. So this is very much where I give a prompt for a story. It can be a short sentence like a locked door, and that should be the basis of the story. You find a 1800s diary, a mouse starts speaking to you, or the town never ages. I included 20 prompts. There's some extra space if she wanted to add her own prompts. I'm not gonna lie, some of these prompts were quite inspiring and made me want to write a few stories myself. Again, you can pause the video if you want to read all of the prompts. I will also be including timestamps to make it easier for you to reference in the future.
Your whiskey neat, the lights were dimmed as our eyes met, moves on me, and forevermore I like to share that vintage dream.
Now, this next spread might not be for everyone. Not everyone is interested in writing poetry, but she enjoys writing stories as well as poetry every now and again. So I thought it would be nice for me to add some poetry prompts in for her. These prompts are a little bit more personal and can really make for some interesting poetry. A person who changed your life, hope, a guilty pleasure, a rivalry, memory, things I've lost. Also, retell a story in poetry form, which I think is a really fun prompt. And there you have it. The rest of this journal is for writing. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. And also go check me out on Instagram at nays_crafty_world. I post a lot of bullet journal, journaling, and stationery things over there. And as always, I hope that you have a very crafty day.